hold on a minute. Now, suppose then the sermon title is Waking the Dead. Now, suppose you're reading scripture, and all of a sudden there's a part that just hits you right in the heart. You know it's for you. It's as if God spoke right to you through His Word and impressed you. And then you just keep reading, but it seems like God's Spirit just keeps tugging you back to that point. And you keep trying to read, you keep trying to go, but your mind just keeps coming back to that one point. And you knew that that was God impressing you, but you just want to keep going, read the story, keep going. And it's like a rope tugging you back. You're trying not to, but your heart just keeps coming back to that. And you ask God, well, what? And maybe God's impressing you to stay there and dig deeper and learn more from that one point, from that verse. Now, suppose that verse, maybe it said something like, you are an unforgiving person. And suppose that. And you read that verse, and you want to apply it to yourself. And you think, I'm not an unforgiving person. Really? Me? I'm not an unforgiving person? And you start to become a little, feel somewhat hurt. Maybe you feel a little bit like you're offended at God, you're angry at God. God's judging me? Oh, does God have a right to judge? Yes, but now, then we're going to have Darren come out. He's not an unforgiving person. I'm sorry. You're a bad boy. You're an unforgiving person. Okay, you're a bad boy. Now, I want those others, 1 to 6, to go outside. All the others to go out. Now, the problem is, he's the problem. He has a lot of struggles with the Bible. The Bible's trying to convict him of something. He's struggling. So, when God seems to tell him through the scriptures that you're not an unforgiving person, and you feel anxious about that, it's like a wolf coming into his life. Betrayal. He's good actor. He feels betrayed. And the second wolf coming into his life anger. Anger. Maybe he's mad at God. Angry. Why, God? Why did you tell me that? And the third wolf comes into his life. It's hurt. He feels hurt. His heart is stricken with hurt. And the next wolf that comes in, stand over here, is resentment. He starts to feel envy and confusion, resentment. And the next is indignation. Imagine, he's just fed up with that, the annoyance. He's indignant. And guilt. Guilt comes on him. And now he feels guilty. Because that wool, all the wool starts stirring around in the inside of his head. Okay, stay. And pride. Pride. And what is he going to do? Okay, thank you all. Thank you. Wow, pride comes in. And you resist. It's interesting about that. Often we're walking along and on the highway, and there's a narrow way, there's a narrow road. In the book of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 14, it says, the narrow road leads to life, but only few find the way. Only few find it. Now, many Christians out in the world, yes, many. Now, will they all find the narrow way that leads to life? Well, maybe, maybe not. Because it's a heart issue. Maybe the heart's not in the right place. Maybe your heart's not fully alive with God. You're not excited about following God. Maybe your life is boring. The church is boring. You come to Bible class, come to services, but you feel like, oh, I'm fine. I'm okay. I go to church. Now, God knows our hearts. You know, when we were encouraged to read the scriptures, sometimes we resist because of our prideful attitudes. We're angry or resentment. Everything comes in on us, and we become confused. Now I want to show you a picture. They've decided they're going to follow the narrow way. They want to go the narrow way with Jesus. But one man over here, he's like, no, that's too narrow. That means it's too hard. I don't want to go that way. I don't want to study the Bible. I don't want to serve. I don't want to go to church and worship every Sunday. I'm too busy. Oh, I've got sports. I've got work. I've got school. I've got friends. I know, I've already made that decision myself. When I accepted Jesus, I decided to offer my whole life. And some people, maybe they say, oh yeah, I want to give up my life to Jesus. Yes, I want to be baptized. But just 60%, or 70%. I don't really want Jesus to control my whole life. Now, is that right? I don't control you. I'd rather not. That's not my position. I'm not the controller myself. But now, and instead of pushing you away, I want you to come. Do you want to follow Jesus or not? I don't want somebody pushing me to do that. I'm just encouraging you.